Hello, I am back. I've taken a few months off because it was winter and I wasn't really in the mood to read, and it was dark and mopey, and now the sun is coming out and I am feeling the seasonal, not depression, but I'm feeling more spring-like. I'm feeling happy. So I thought I'd film a video of books that I think about on a regular basis. These books are some of the books. They're just a few of the books. I think about the plot, I think about the characters, I think about living in these books. I want to be in these books. So yeah, I thought I'd just do a video and talk you through each book and why I think about it. The first book is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is part of the Chestnut Spring series. And if you haven't read this book, if you haven't read this series, I beg you to go on Kindle Unlimited and read them. They're on Kindle Unlimited. You can buy the books from the Works. I think they were in the Works for a few pounds each. But yeah, if you are wanting to read this, bump it up your TBR, because this, my friend, you will thank me. It's basically the Chestnut Spring series. It's about a ranch full of brothers, and each brother gets their own books. There's 5 brothers, or 4 brothers, but one is, it's complicated. They grew up together, they're kind of brothers, but we just say they're 5 brothers. Heartless is the second book with Mr. Cade Eaton, and he's just like the best. It's a nanny romance. Willa in this book, who is the nanny, is just the most amazing female character I think I've ever read about. She's hilarious, she's funny, she's independent, she knows what she wants, but she's also nice, funny. Her relationship with the little boy Luke is just on a whole other level. I think about this a lot, and there is a trope in the end of this book that some people don't like, but I really liked, and I think it added to the story, and I'm definitely going to be rereading this one. The next book is The Deal by Elle Kennedy, and this is a college romance. He wants her to help with his grades. She's an A student, she loves studying and music, and he is failing his classes, and so he wants help with them. And it's just amazing, and I really love it. And I especially think about the scene where he's in the shower and she storms in. This is a kind of a spoiler alert, so if you haven't read this yet, or you don't mind a little spoiler, then don't watch this. But yeah, she basically storms into the men's locker room and she's like, why have you put a campus ban on dating me? And he just keeps referring to her as his girlfriend, even though they're not technically together. But it's just so cute, and Garrett Graham is officially the #1 hockey book boyfriend. I definitely recommend this series if you haven't read it already, and it's the first one of the series. Next book is A Court of Mist and Fury, and you know why I think about this book all the time. It's Mr. Rhysand. Yeah, I have it tabbed, and it's just amazing. The found family in this book is just on a whole other level. Rhysand is on a whole other level. All of the characters are just brilliant and amazing, and the plot is just chef's kiss. Yeah, Jordan recently read this and he did enjoy it as well, so it is man approved. But yeah, I don't think I need to explain this one, but if you haven't read ACOTAR, you really need to get on it. I'm saying this with all of these books, but like, just trust me, you will not regret picking up any of these books. But yeah, I really like this one, and this is like a fantasy romance. And this is the second book in the series. The first one is the red one, A Court of Thorns and Roses. Yeah, why did I forget that? Anyway, yeah, so if you're not into fantasy, this is definitely a series to kind of wean you into it and help you understand fantasy more before you go into like the epic romancy fantasy. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, I definitely recommend this book, and I just think about it all the time. This one I think is an unpopular one because it's people's least favourite in the series, but I think it's my favourite in the series, and I'm definitely going to be rereading it soon because I need to feel the feels again. But it is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This was actually one of the first books I picked up. I read the Bridgerton series, and then this was one of the first ones, and I loved it. I can't explain why, but I loved it. And just, yeah, it's about 3 brothers, and each brother gets a book. There's 3 in the series, and they're billionaires, and they need to get their inheritance from their grandfather, but to do so they need to do what their grandfather has asked of them. So Rowan's is to help improve the park that they have. So it's like Disneyland, an off-branded Disneyland. I can't remember what it's called. Dreamland. So it's an off-branded Disney. But yeah, and one of his employees, who has always dreamed of being a designer, they work together, and yeah, they kind of just happen. But I thought it was really cute, and I thought, yeah, I mean, this man, she said her favourite film was Pride and Prejudice, so he watched all 7 versions of Pride and Prejudice so that he knew what to talk to her about, which is just, like, how can you not swoon over that? As we all know, the next book would be Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I absolutely love this book. I've reread it and I've tabbed it even more. This is also a romantasy book, and it's kind of like Divergent mixed with Hunger Games mixed with Throne of Glass, and it's a girl who is powerless in a world of elites who have powers, and she's kind of thrown into these trials without any powers, and yeah, she makes alliances, and there's this one boy called Kai who just says all the right things, and it's left on a cliffhanger, and I'm really excited to read the next book. But I think about their banter all of the time. It honestly will blow your mind. I buddy read this the second time with Marty and Jenna, and they loved it as well, and I'm so glad they loved it because I love it as well. Another romantasy book is The Ballad of Never After. Now this is the second book of the Stephanie Garber Jack's tale. This book right here, the first time I read it, it broke my heart, to the point where I pre-ordered the 3rd book and it hadn't even come out yet, and I had to wait 9 months to read the end. But this book specifically, this is the 2nd book in the series, it will just do stuff to you. Like, it will mess you up. The relationship between Jax and Ava is just on another level. I have 3 copies of this book because I love it so much. Not this exact copy, I have the original, and then, or the paperback, this one, and then the Waterstones edition, because why not? But yeah, if you haven't read this book or this series, you need to get on it. I suggest reading Caraval before you read the series, however I didn't, so it's not a necessity. But if you want a bit more world building, then definitely go into Caraval first. But you don't have to do that to enjoy this book. Then the last book I think about all of the time is Forever Finn Rhodes. This is by Stephanie Archer. I found her on Kindle Unlimited with the first book in the series. That's My Guy, I think. And I loved it. I fell in love with the series. I fell in love with the characters. However, this book specifically has got to be my favourite. He is a fireman. They are friends to enemies to friends, lovers. She's looking for a flower that she's trying to study for her course, and he's helping her, and they're going hiking all the time. And there's one specific scene I think about all of the time, right? And now when I hear this song, and I hear it quite a lot on the radio because we listen to the radio at work, pardon me, when I hear it on the radio, I think of this scene, and I'm gonna reread the book because I need to relive it again. But basically, she's at a baby shower or a bachelorette, I can't remember, for one of the previous characters' books, and they are having a fireman Magic Mike moment, right? And he isn't going to be in it, and then all of a sudden he's in it, and he basically, he Magic Mike dances on her, and he's a fireman, and he does it to the song Ponies. I don't know if you've heard that song, but yeah, now when I hear that song, all I think about is that book scene, and I love it, and it's just so good. Like, it made me feel so giddy and, like, you know, cute. So yeah, definitely give Stephanie Archer's books a read because they are definitely really good. So that was a quick video. I hope you enjoyed. I just wanted to talk a bit about the books I love, and I hope you enjoy reading them if you do decide to give them a read. And yeah, see you in the next one.